From Interior Alaska's most trusted news source, this is the Fbx Evening News.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Our top story, Alaska State Troopers say a man fled from them yesterday evening after a pursuit.
A university police officer said he saw a pickup truck driving recklessly and noted that the license number matched a vehicle that had been reported stolen. Troopers were notified, and when efforts were made to stop the vehicle, a pursuit began. The driver stopped the truck in the cul-de-sac on Kelson Way in the Woodside North area and fled on foot. Troopers, officers from other agencies and canines were used in the search. Now, troopers say the suspect is still at large and the investigation continues.
The state operating budget was taken up on the Senate floor in Juneau today. Prior to advancing the spending plan yesterday, the Senate Finance Committee cut 4% from Alaska's per pupil school funding formula, which amounts to a $47.5 million cut to education funding statewide. The Fairbanks North Star Borough School District would absorb just over $6 million in cuts. Senate Democrats this morning offered a pair of floor amendments to restore the BSA funding. Both failed by party line votes. An amendment to restore one-time education funding that was stripped by Governor Bill Walker failed by a 6-14 vote. That would have added $3.5 million to the Fairbanks district, which has already slashed $11 million from the 2015-2016 school operating budget. In making initial cuts, district administration and the school board did so without increasing class sizes. Superintendent of Schools Karen Gaborik says that will not be the case if they have to cut an additional $6 million.
That will be very challenging. I think we're going to have to look at class size. And of course, you try to protect the lower grade levels, protect your youngest students and where, those critical years are in terms of reading. But we're going to have to look at class size. We made deep cuts to other supports and other programs, to tutoring. And, we talked about nurses and secretaries, and we made a cut to, an art teacher, a music teacher. We're going to have to look at our regular education classrooms.
Fairbanks City Hall was buzzing today as downtown residents and businesses discussed the redesign of Cushman Street. The meeting focused on the developing details of the Cushman Complete Street Reconstruction Project. Now, the plan includes the redesign of Cushman Street from Gaffney Road to First Avenue. Engineering Division staff members are contracting through the end of May and are hoping to begin construction around the 1st of June. Downtown businesses and residents were briefed on curtain design features and a draft traffic control plan. Business owners voiced concerns over the possible loss of customers due to the project. Planning and permitting manager Jackson Fox says the plan is being designed with downtown businesses in mind.
We are going to maintain one lane northbound throughout the duration of the construction project, so Cushman still will be able to be used as an access route, and at all times possible maintaining that cross traffic on the side avenues. Now, there will be some intersection closures for some deep utility work. We'll try to schedule that work at night.
Fairbanks Police Department is seeking the public's assistance in identifying a possible subject involved in a string of burglaries at the Co-op Plaza. Police say the man pictured got into at least 2 of the stores in the shopping center and stole numerous items, including jewelry and cash. The thefts occurred around midnight last night. Now, if you can identify the person pictured or have further information about the thefts, police ask you to phone them at 450-6500. You can reference case number 15-1081.
Stole approximately, about $150 worth of necklaces. There's 2 of those, and about a case of wine and some miscellaneous cash from another store. It's not really clear how they accessed the Co-op Plaza at this point, but we did catch the individual on a surveillance video, which
All right, when we come back, the Department of Fish and Game says you might want to use caution when walking in the woods. We'll give you the bear facts next.
Also, the UAF Reindeer Research Farm is excited about their newest newborn edition.
Aww.
Those stories and more when we return.
Welcome back. State Department of Transportation crews continued work today near Dead Horse to clear water from the Dalton Highway. Truck drivers were advised to use chains in the area where overflow from the Sac River has caused problems along a 5-mile stretch for the past several weeks. Yesterday, DOT officials said crews were releasing trapped vehicles as they drained the highway and built berms to protect it from more water. Water in some areas was 3 feet deep while temperatures were below 0.
If you are headed out into the wild, watch for waking bears. That is the word from the Alaska Department of Fish and Game. Alaskans are reminded that it's that time of year when bears are coming out of their winter dens. There have already been unconfirmed reports of bears in the Anchorage and Eagle River areas, as well as one that raided garages and chicken coops in Kodiak. That bear was reportedly shot and killed. Department officials say it's time to take down bird feeders and other things that attract bears and to secure trash, livestock, and pet food. Feeding bears and leaving out garbage, seed, or food that attracts them is illegal.
Easter is around the corner, and that means there are plenty of interior egg hunts available for families to enjoy. Tomorrow, the North Pole Worship Center is having an Easter egg hunt near the Santa Claus house at 11 a.m. A smaller hunt is taking place at the New Hope Methodist Presbyterian Church at North Pole. Now, there are also hunts happening in Fairbanks. One is on Easter Sunday at the Elks Lodge from 1 to 3. And tomorrow, the Barnes & Noble Bookstore will be having two hunts, one at 10:30 in the morning and another at 2 in the afternoon to raise funds for the Enepit Children's Center.
The Easter egg hunt will be in the children's area of the store, and because the large kids like to collect all the eggs and we have to save some eggs for the little kids, we'll be breaking up the hunt into 3 separate areas for 3 different age groups.
The first calves of the spring have been born at the UAF Reindeer Research Farm, and this year one of the herd's newest additions is breaking records. Mike Fussell took a closer look.
An expecting mother faces overwhelming responsibilities preparing for a baby on the way. But when about 30 soon-to-be moms are set to pop around the same time, the anticipation warrants a full-scale effort to make sure every need is being met. Researchers at the UAF Reindeer Farm are now on calf watch, as about 30 to 40 reindeers are set to give birth throughout the next month. Research technician Aaron Carr says the staff is ready for the challenge and has already delivered 2 calves so far.
Anticipating the first calf, you're always just waiting for the very first one to come, and then after that you can kind of relax, even though it's the busiest time of the year. But it's also the most exciting.
This is one of the newest additions to the farm. The female reindeer only weighs slightly more than 13 pounds. The little calf broke big records earlier this week, becoming the earliest reindeer born in the program's history. Program coordinator Jennifer Robinette says the mothers of each newborn have slightly different parenting styles.
The one that was born first was born to a new mother, so she's just figuring out the whole new mom thing, whereas this one in the pen behind me, he was born to a mom that's very experienced and very protective.
But right now, the 2 calves don't even have names, and none of the farm's newest residents will until August, after the community gets a chance to weigh in on the farm's website.
We get way more names than we do have calves, so selection goes by perhaps what fits best to the characteristics of those deer.
Regardless of their future names, the calves are essential to the farm's mission. They will help researchers determine how to better feed captive herds for generations to come. Reporting from the UAF Reindeer Research Farm, I'm Mike Fussell.
I'm trying to think of some good names.
Oh yeah, there's plenty out there, but it's such a cute little calf there.
So cute.
Yeah,
that was a cute story.
Right before Easter, what a nice story. Yeah.
Aw, full of reindeers.
I want one.
I don't want one. They're probably a lot of work.
You know what I want? I want to watch Joe Cook. He's up next with a way-loaded Friday sportscast. Everything from curling to some big hockey news involving a player from right here in Fairbanks.
I knew you were going to do that. All right, Joe Cook is next after the break.
Hello, Interior Alaska. The week really flew by. Joe Cook here with your Friday Sports to get your weekend going. Lathrop product Stephon Williams is headed to the big leagues. Keep an eye out for the kid next year. Williams signed a 2-year entry-level deal with the New York Islanders Thursday. The contract will go into effect next season. Williams played for 3 years for the Minnesota State Mavericks. He finished with a 51-24-5 record, saved at 91% and had 10 shutouts. In his final season, he allowed 1.65 goals a game, which was second best in the nation. He was the WCHA goaltending champion twice, the WCHA Rookie of the Year, and won 2 conference titles. The Islanders drafted Williams 106 overall in the 2013 entry draft. For now, Williams will play in the last 8 games of the regular season for the AHL affiliate Bridgeport Sound Tigers. They play former UAF great Cody Kunick in the Syracuse Crunch Saturday. Williams joins North Pole's Phoenix Copley as the second interior goalie to sign an NHL deal. Copley, who was with the Hershey Bears, is signed to the Washington Capitals. It was a packed house on Thursday night at the Fairbanks Curling Club, and rightly so. Thursday was the opening night of the 80th International Bonspiel. So appropriately, this year's Bonspiel has an 80s theme. So wear your neon colors, ripped jeans, hammer pants, and spandex. Well, maybe not spandex. The Erica Blake rink was in the 80s spirit, sporting some retro styles. Curling fans came out to see 37 teams hit the sheets for the opening matches. It was a spirited and competitive opening night. Kathy Shuttleworth's rink won their opener. They were pleased with their good start. There will be plenty of games or draws throughout the weekend, but for Shuttleworth, this legendary curling event that's been going strong for 80 years, it's more about the inviting atmosphere for fans and for the curlers.
Well, the International is a special event. There is no other event in the entire country like it. That has this history, that has the draw is special. It's a 3-round knockout. There's an A, a B, a C, a D event. You can go through the B, come back to the A. There's no place else in the country that you can play that kind of event except Fairbanks, Alaska, and do it for 24 hours.
Now, the 80th International Bonspiel continues throughout the weekend. Now, in Blaine, Minnesota, the Persingers won 3 draws in a row to advance to the USA Mixed National Championship Curling Semifinals. Team Persinger faced the #1 seed Murray rink out of Wisconsin, who came in with just 1 loss. The rinks were tied 3-3 in the 8th inning, but Murray's rink got the hammer and survived the Persingers 4-3 to advance to the championship. Team Persinger will play Team Kislike out of Colorado for a bronze Saturday morning. This afternoon, the Lathrop baseball team played their 2015 season opener against the Sitka Wolves. The defending state champion Wolves pounced on the Malamutes, winning 10-0 in 5 innings. Mike Fitzpatrick led the Malamutes with 2 hits. Lathrop did play after getting off the plane, so they'll have another crack at the champs later this evening in the second half of their doubleheader. They'll also have another DH tomorrow, starting at 10 a.m. And he's had a week or two to let this sink in after getting a major award. It's still surreal for Fairbanks Ice Dogs general manager Rob Proffitt. Last weekend, Proffitt was surprised when USA Hockey awarded him with the Pacific District Dempsey Anderson Coach Lifetime Achievement Award. Proffitt has been a pillar in Fairbanks youth hockey, having coached countless hockey teams at all different levels. He's been coaching for 29 straight years. He'll be taking a break from coaching after this season is over, but he will definitely still be in the rink in some capacity. Although appreciative of the honor, Prof, as he's affectionately called, he knows it's about the people around him that have had a lifetime of hockey success for him.
There's great parents and great sponsors and great fans and all those things, but at the end of the day, it's the players, right? That's what we're in the kid business, and a lot of people think as coaches, you're here to make them better hockey players, and to me, that's such a small piece. You're just here to give them a chance to be better people, because they're all really good people coming in. They sometimes need a little discipline, need a little structure, need a little accountability, and hopefully that's what that's what I did going through and will continue, and that's what a lot of these other guys do that are giving back to the game. So it's all about the kids.
And this play you're about to see is one for the ages, SC Top 10 worthy, and it's the play of the week. The top play comes from Tyler Tomberlin, Fairbanks Ice Dogs. They've called this one the Tombo Combo. Tomberlin shakes, crosses over 2 defenders, toe drags, caps off the magnificent play with a backhand shot that goes top shelf for the goal. Tomberlin's big play was in a 7-2 victory over the Kenai River Brown Bears last Friday night. And to pick the next play of the week, check out the I-5, the interior top 5 plays on Mondays during the weekend recap. And next Sunday, one of the most recognizable and entertaining brands in basketball will be in the interior. In their 89th year of hoops, the Harlem Globetrotters will be at the Carlson Center Sunday, April 12th for a 2 p.m. game against the Washington Generals. The event is part of the Harlem Globetrotters 2015 Washington Generals Revenge Tour. Now, the Generals haven't beaten the Globetrotters in ages, and I will help them take down the Globetrotters. Yep, that's right. I will lace them up and try my best not to embarrass myself against the Globetrotters. We'll have more info and coverage of the upcoming game coming next week. Go to Webster11.com for info about our Junior Globetrotter giveaway as well. And that's it for sports this Friday. Mike Schultz is next with weather, and we'll catch you next time.
Hey everyone, welcome back into the Friday night edition of the Fairbanks Evening News. Mike Schultz with us once again talking about weather. Are you ready for an Easter weekend? It looks like it's going to be pretty good actually. I think the kids will be able to go out and hunt for those eggs and and not be worried about too much snow or moisture being around. And temperatures may be a little cool, but not too bad. All in all, it could be a lot worse, that's for sure. We'll talk more weather in just a little bit. Photograph night, a pink sunset. Look at the beautiful colors there. This one's sent in by Lloyd and Danita Swinson. And again, very nice colors contrasting with the beautiful blue sky. And as always, if you have a photograph you want to share, by all means, send it to photos@ktvf11.com, and we will share it with the rest of the audience. Here's your numbers right now. At the airport, 34 are high. We're currently 34 degrees. The low last night, 18. Record high, 55. That was set in 1938. 32 below in 1944. Sunrise and sunset. Tomorrow we will go over that 14-hour barrier. 13 hours and 57 minutes today. That's nice to pass along. And once again, an update on the Indiana Ice Classic. The ice has shrunk a little bit, 35.5 inches now. It was 2 inches less than it was Monday, and the temperatures are expected to be in the low to mid 30s. Remember, Sunday night is the last night you can get your guesses in. What's going on across the rest of the state? Not a whole lot. Just a few widely isolated showers to the north of the Fairbanks area. Other than that, a few showers moving across southeast Alaska, but the rest of the state looking pretty darn nice, mostly clear skies. And as far as what's going on across the state on our map, as you can see here, showers around the Ketchikan area and around Kodiak, and that's about it. No precipitation elsewhere. Nice day in Anchorage, 45 degrees there. Cold Bay, 41, cloudy skies. Warming up a little bit in Nome area too, 19 degrees, and 0 at Barrow with Fort Yukon at 25 above and cloudy skies. Lower 48 weather, here's what it looks like. A few sprinkles here and there over the Pacific Northwest, but temperatures are very comfortable over the rest of the western half of the country. And still a little chilly around Denver. Nice day in Dallas, 72 degrees there. Minneapolis cooling down to 43, Chicago at 53. Some showers and thunderstorms around the New Orleans area. And the showers that were over New York have moved out of the picture. Nice weather all the way down the eastern seaboard, and even Miami, 83 degrees. On the satellite and radar, you can see why the showers have stopped. Everything's moving rapidly out over the Atlantic Ocean. No real strong storms to talk about. That's good news for the folks that have had some pretty healthy storms move through the last few days. Over the Pacific Northwest, another frontal system moving ashore, bringing a little bit of shower activity. Now, what lies ahead? Well, maybe some severe storms still possibly this evening, and then those will be moving out rapidly, and high pressure really developing, bringing temperatures up in the 80s all over the southeast. The rest of the country looking pretty good. On the jet stream, you can see why. Again, the showers will be confined mainly to the Pacific Northwest, and just a small pocket of thunderstorms over the deep south. And other than that, things look pretty good. Some light snow across the northern Great Lakes. Well, back to Alaska for tomorrow in the northern sections. Mostly sunny skies at Barrow, blowing snow in Nome, and cloudy skies for Fort Yukon. And over the interior sections, we're looking at clouds decreasing in the Fairbanks area. A few snow showers still lingering around Delta, but sunny skies in the Healy region. Over southeast Alaska, it looks like for the most part, partly cloudy skies at Juneau, scattered showers in the Ketchikan area, and temperatures of 50 degrees for both areas. Over the southwest part of the state, periods of rain at Cold Bay, rain and snow in Bethel, and also in the Kodiak area. And if you're heading down to the Anchorage area, things look pretty good. Mostly sunny skies for Anchorage, cloudy at Homer, and partly cloudy in Valdez. Okay, time for our forecast for tonight. Here's what it looks like. The overnight low expected to be 18 degrees, mostly cloudy, a little cooler. The 5-day outlook looks pretty good. In fact, tomorrow's forecast is 40 degrees and partly cloudy by afternoon. Here's the 5-day outlook. And you can see here we're looking at, for the temperatures, again, right around 40 degrees, a pretty common temperature all the way across the board. Overnight lows will be in the teens above zero. And one other note to pass along, we've had a lot of calls about this. We are going to be getting a lunar eclipse tomorrow night into Sunday morning. In fact, the best time will be at 4 o'clock in the morning. And if the skies are clear, you'll see the moon turning red. And it'll start at 1 o'clock. And I'm sure you guys will be up to watch that.
At 4 a.m.? I don't think so.
I'm going to be sleeping.
But let's mention something else that's special tomorrow. We have a birthday.
That's right. It's our director's birthday.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Mary's birthday.
Mary.
She's going to be older.
Yeah, how old are you, Mary? How old are you
How
to be
old are
Mary?
you, Mary?
20.
20. Can you believe that? 20 years old. Bossing us all around all the
We
time.
couldn't make it without her.
No.
No, that's true. That's very good.
But we will do the viewers a favor and not sing her happy birthday right now.
That is a plus.
It might break your TV.
Or your ears.
Well, happy birthday, Mary. And that'll wrap up this edition of the Fairbanks Evening News. We are glad you could join us.
Now, tonight on NBC Nightly News, I should say, see a sailor who survived 66 days adrift in the Atlantic on rainwater and fish that he caught.
That's a very...
Castaway-like.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's coming up next with Lester Holt.
And tomorrow night, see the preparations for the Easter sunrise service and learn about a steel drum group here in the community. It all comes your way on the Fairbanks Evening News Saturday edition.
All right, from all of us here at the News Center, we hope you have a great Easter, and we'll see you back here on Monday.
Good night.